I had an incredible time in the program here. I mean, really the highlight of just it was an amazing time. Met some of the best friends I've ever made here, and one of the great things about planning as a profession is it's kind of a small field. So the people I went to school with here, I've stayed in touch with. We've worked together. We continue to work together and see each other. So that's one of the real beauties of the program, is that the folks you're in school with here are going to be through you without your career, and you make lifelong friendships. I've been in folks' weddings. I come up to Gator games with them. We just have a great time, and it's been a incredibly rewarding experience. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made was to do the program here.
Now that you come back to campus and you sit in on the Leadership Summit and you hear from Dean Anumba, can you talk about how important it is for a collaborative environment in terms of the disciplines, whether it's landscape architecture, historic preservation, construction management, all those things? How do they all mix together and shape success for these people once they graduate and leave Gainesville?
Well, I think it's a real great. I think it's great because it really reflects how it is in the real world. In my job now, I'm the planning director for Miami-Dade County. So in that position, I have to work with folks throughout various disciplines. I work with architects. I work with with the building folks. So it really kind of reflects how it is and how it is out there. You don't work in a bubble. You work collaboratively with these other professions. So I think it's really a great model, and it really kind of helps to impart that mindset and really reflects how it works in the real world. So I think it's awesome, and really excited by what we're hearing, by the progress, and by some of the initiatives that the programs have here, and it's going to be great.
If there's a student out there that's considering coming to Florida, getting their master's in URP, or considering going elsewhere, why would you tell them Florida's the place to be?
Well, because of what Florida did for me, honestly. I mean, Florida really, when I went into the planning program, I honestly didn't even know what planning was. I had majored in geography, wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it. I took a class called Cities of the World that kind of introduced me to planning, and it just opened so many doors for me. It really just brought together my interest. I've always been interested in placemaking and in place. It really kind of brought that together. So I think that for the student out there, I mean, you can't get the great thing about the planning program here is that it prepared me in so many ways for what I've been able to accomplish in my career. I've worked in the private sector, I've worked in the public sector, I've been able to move up, and I've been able to do that because of the background that I had here, and really the broad background. I mean, I learned about environmental planning, transportation planning, housing. It really was that kind of broad background that really has suited me well. I'd recommend it for anybody. It's a very gratifying profession. It's really a profession where you can see the benefit of your work, where you feel like you're helping folks, and it's immensely gratifying, so I'd highly recommend it, and go Gators.